Brad Williams, Excel Primed. We're going to look at the index function. The index function, it's old, but it's a simple to use tool. And we generally combine it with match. What I want to point out here in this tutorial is index independently on its own. Remember, it just finds whatever information you put into it. So it's critical to remember that if we're not married up with match, we have to insert the row and we have to insert the column, because that's all index is doing. It's looking for a column and a row. Without it, well, really you're stuck. Here, we have two different outputs. We want an inventory and we want the average. Not a big deal. We're going to use index to do it. We have this list over here. This is a check on this. We just want to make sure that what we're doing matches up to traditional math. Here, sum, average. So the question is, well, why aren't we just doing the same thing that you just did? Well, you can't. But the point is, you need to learn what these various tools combined are capable of doing. If you want to read what we're doing, if you need it, read it. Otherwise, I'm just going to give you an overview. We've gone over this. Let's look at this sum index. Looking at index, what does it do? Returns a value based on its column and row numbers. With match, match was used to fulfill that row number. But what do we do if we're not working with match? We explicitly address it. So here, we're using what I call my quasi filter, and we're identifying month. So let's look right here. We have array, name range, C5. We don't care about the automakers because they're not part of the sum. Looking at this list here, C5E9, row number. There's a big old 0 here. Here's our formula. Why is there a 0? Well, because we're not adding up the rows, are we? We're looking at summing the whole thing for a particular column. Well, what's the column? Month, 3. We want this, the sum of this column. That's it. Here is the formula. Automakers, the array, row number, 0, because we're not adding rows, and column number, H4. See here, you hit F9, the column numbers change, or the month numbers change, however you want to. You could put month / column for clarification purpose, and then the numbers change. Never-ending randomness. That's all we're doing. You see 30, month 1, 30, 30. Average. We're doing the same thing. We're just taking average. We're just replacing sum with average, and it's going to do the exact same thing. 0 row, column 1. If you go column 1, average is 6. Got it? Easy peasy, right? We don't always have to deal with, sometimes this stuff can be really easy, and reviewing it repeatedly just makes it much easier. If you need to review this, just check out the anatomy. Brad Williams, Excel Prime, thanks for your time.